Hello you all, welcome to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, what's good? If you are new, hey boo, I am back with another video. Got y'all out here in this beautiful, lovely nature, okay? Today, a walk was very much so needed. I wanted to record on my way walking here, but I just wanted to kind of get a piece of man and kind of clear my mind a little bit. Sometimes you just need that quiet time, that me time with the Lord and the oneness with nature, and it's just so beautiful, y'all. Let's just take in the scenery for a little bit before I get into this video. Can y'all see that lake over there? I wanted to sit by the lake today, but I didn't bring my blanket with me. I just needed to get out of the house for a minute. I needed to clear my mind for a little bit. Sometimes that's what you need to do. You need to get out of them four corners of your home or your room and get out in nature. I don't got my tripod, y'all. My little small tripod that I usually use to record my videos when I'm out, it broke, y'all, so I had to order another one. I did want to bring my big tripod because I feel like that just would have been too much. You know, I don't want people looking at me all crazy. Sometimes I just want to just go with the flow. And so if it seems like my camera is in a weird angle, it's because I'm holding it. I wanted to come and make this video today while the weather is lovely and beautiful. I see people out here walking their dogs, yeah. Like this, I seen a couple of people riding their bikes, people jogging, people walking. Like, man, I'm telling you, it was meant for me to be out here. And I wanted to come talk to y'all today. For the ones that's listening in on this channel, I know that it's a lot of things going on right now in this world, and it just don't make sense. Some things that you see are just unreal, and it takes nothing but your strength to just keep steady going. For the ones up on my channel that has been through, they've been through it. This video message is for you. I wanted to come and talk to y'all. Their fake life is a cover-up of dark secrets, okay? And this is just gonna be me piggybacking off the video where I talked about pulpit demons. I know a lot of y'all just be having a lot of questions like, why do it seem as though wickedness is being praised? You sit back and you wonder on certain things, and it's just like you be needing clarification. Like, please, I need the answers. I need something, because right now it's not making no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole thing about having a relationship with the Lord. Whenever you are feeling confused about certain things, he is always gonna come and clear it up for you. He is gonna make the things that don't make sense make sense. With everything that's been going on, there's so many catastrophes, so many chaotic situations, and just the way that it's put out here in the world as if this is something that's supposed to be normal. Like, this is supposed to be normal life for us. This is how we're supposed to be living. Wickedness at a heightened level. I just wanted to talk about these wicked pulpit demons. How they're parading out here, they're living their lives as if they're not doing what they're doing. And then not only are we going to talk about the pulpit demons, this perverse society we are living in right now, perverse demons are taking control. They're running rampant out here. I didn't even tell y'all, but the reason why I had to get out the house today, it was something that was taking place, and I'm just like, I got to get out of this house. I got to get out of here. I got to go. It's so many things that's just going on like that. I just be looking to the Lord for strength, because it's like when you go through certain things, and I talked about this a while back with y'all. I talked about what I learned in therapy about childhood trauma, about childhood memories resurfacing. How do you deal with that when certain triggers present themselves? How do you handle it? I just had a childhood trigger before I walked over here to record this video. Like, I literally had to take a walk. This is what you call grounding. I'm grounding myself right now. My therapist suggested that I should do this whenever a childhood memory presents itself. When something triggers your childhood trauma, you get up, do whatever it is you gotta do. Put you some headphones on, listen to you some music, drink you some tea, take you a walk, take you a drive to clear your mind. Get out of it. Like I said in the last video, the devil wants to keep you trapped. The devil will put all types of traps in front of you to keep you stuck. He will torment you with your childhood trauma. Okay? He will do it in so many ways. So many ways. I'm just gonna say, y'all protect y'all children. I'm just gonna say that. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all gotta protect y'all children. Y'all cannot let everybody watch your children. You just can't trust people like that. Sometimes I be hearing and seeing certain things, and I just be like, Lord, please just stop. I want to take a break right now. Sometimes we ask for the gift of spiritual discernment. We ask for the Lord to sharpen our discernment, and we get more than we bargain for. Like, it's just like when you ask for something, it's going to be given unto you. And sometimes you might take a step back and be like, well, Lord, I didn't want you to show me all that. You can see things in the spirit when you hear certain things. You know what's taking place. You don't have to be in the room to witness it. Stop leaving y'all children with everybody. Please. You cannot trust people like that. You can't. There's so many monsters out here in this world that carry a perverse spirit. They're corrupted by a perverse demon. They're tormenting and torturing your children when you are not there. That's as bluntly as I can put it. There's no other way that I can say it. Protect your children, okay? Do not. And my heart be hurting. When I hear and see certain things involved with children, my heart hurt for those children because they're not old enough to understand and grasp what is taking place with them, but they just know that they are in pain, they're suffering. They want someone to save them. They want their mother. They want their fathers. Some of these children, they want to be protected from their mother and their father because they're the ones that is inflicting this pain. Our children need protection. Okay? It takes a village to raise a child. It literally does. You never would imagine what people are dealing with behind closed doors. They're carrying on their lives. They're doing certain things under the sun when they think ain't nobody watching, ain't nobody listening. Don't nobody see what's taking place. Just because a person is not there in the room, that don't mean that they don't see what you did. The Lord will show you things in the spirit that's taking place. He will let you know. This is the world that you are living in. This is what is going on around you. This is what's going on in front of your face. What are you going to do about this situation? The Lord will show you so much. I'm telling you. We got to protect our children. We got to protect our children, y'all. I made that testimony a while back about my molestation. Just so y'all could know key things to look out for. If you are a parent, you watching this video. You got daughters, you got sons. Keep a close eye on your children. I'm telling you, you need the Lord to spiritually protect your children. Don't be so trusting with people. That's all I say. You do not know what your children are going through when you are not around. You don't understand. Your children is suffering. They're going through a lot. They're being tormented by demons when you are not there. These demons are in the flesh. They're presenting themselves as a family member, as a friend, as a neighbor, as a church leader. They come in so many different forms, and they come to corrupt the minds and the spirit of our children. They try to get the children while they're young and scar them for life. It's a lot of people that have been scarred by being tormented by these perversion demons, these sexual demons. They're taking control of your children when you are not there. You gotta protect your children. They're suffering right now. And I had to come out here and take this walk and be out here in nature with y'all, just to really just push this message and let it be for who it needs to be for. Your children are not safe. Your children are not safe. This message ain't gonna be for everybody. If you feel like you got the discernment and you know how to read a person's spirit, and you feel comfortable leaving your children in these people's hands, this message ain't for you, okay? It's gonna be for what it needs to be for. If you get any inkling that your child is being touched, please, when it comes to your children's safety, you can't be too trusting with it. You got parents out here that ain't even safe with their own children. And so what makes you think that anybody else is any exclusion? They ain't excluded. You gotta look at everybody like they're a monster these days, for real, because it's always the ones that you least expect that's hurting a child. This person comes across as a good Samaritan. I was just thinking back on that video, the news video with that pastor. He was standing in front of a truck giving out food to the homeless and putting up a pretense that he's a good Samaritan. That's what they do. They cover themselves. Okay? They do not want to be detected. You ever know that person that always be coming across? They so nice, they polite, they can, you feel like it's nothing wrong with this person, but it's just something off about them that you can't quite put your finger on. Don't ignore your intuition about people. You get an inkling that something is not right about a person, you got to pay attention to that. It does not matter how many nice things this person is doing for you. They doing all these nice things, but you always notice that they want to be around a child. They always offering to take your child on camping trips and church retreats and things like that. And you notice that your child didn't return the same way that they left. They came back different. It was something different about them. I'm telling you, it's a lot of parents, they do not pay attention to things like this. And this is not me saying that you are a bad parent, but sometimes things may slip past us. We don't pay attention to our child behavior. We don't notice that it's changing. We don't notice that they don't want to be around a specific person. We don't know that every time we try to send them to a babysitter, they don't want to go. They always dodging the babysitter. They sitting on the back porch every day after school waiting for they parents to get home because they don't want to go with the babysitter, because the babysitter is touching them inappropriately. They're doing things to your child when you are not around. You feel like you can trust these people, and I'm telling you, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. These perverse demons are operating through so many different people in so many different positions. They're leading fake lives to cover up their dark secrets. Corrupting an innocent child, taking their innocence, that ain't nothing that you can live down. That is the lowest of the low. This child don't know no better. You're supposed to be the sole protector of this child, and you choose to do this. This is what you do. You choose to take advantage of an innocent child in that way. That's demonic. A lot of these children are not safe. Every time you send your child to this person, every weekend they're being molested. They're being tormented. They cry. They don't want to be there. They don't want to be around this person. This person is doing things to them when you are not there. And you don't see it because you don't have that discernment. It's so many things that the Lord have tried to show y'all. Y'all not paying attention. He is showing you a lot of things involved with your children that you are not paying attention to. They're not in safe hands. They're not. That's so hard for parents to hear something like that. You don't want to believe that your child is being touched in that way. You don't want to believe that they're being hurt, but they are. You don't want to believe that it's this person is doing it, but they are. They're torturing your children. They are doing things to these children that's going to scar them for the rest of their life. This is something that these kids are going to have to live with when they become older. Pray for your children. Protect your children from these demonic, perverse kind of spirits. They are out here. I'm telling you, they are. Your children are not in safe hands. And I don't mean to come and be negative every time I come and make a video, but I just feel like this is something that should be talked about more often. Our children are constantly overlooked. Like, it just seems like everybody just kind of caught up on themselves these days, especially the generation we living in, the society we living in today. With social media, it's just heightened. Like, everybody just focused on the wrong things. Got children out here that need to be protected. These children are going to become adults one day. This is something that's going to live with them forever. You want to protect your children the best as they can so they don't have to go through nothing like this. Keep steady sending your daughter to this church. Your son, you let him go on the church retreat with his choir. You don't even know that the choir director is touching your son or your daughter, doing things to them. They got your child out of your eyesight. They got your trust. You would never think that these type of people was doing this to your child because they carry a Bible and they say the Lord's name. I keep telling y'all, just because somebody profess to be of the Lord, that does not mean that they're walking with him for real. I'm telling you, I have seen demons so many different times throughout my life, being a child and an adult. I have no reason to come back to y'all about nothing. You gotta protect your children. You need a sharper spiritual discernment to be able to see demons. They're torturing, they're making these children suffer in so many ways. I'm coming and speaking from a parent, is being a parent. Protection of your children. That's top priority. That comes first. Yeah, you got to get you right. You got to make sure you right mentally, spiritually, physically, all that. But it ain't all about you, especially when it comes to your children. When you become a parent, it's not about you no more. It's about that child. It's about their protection. You cannot be so careless with that when it comes to your children. Lord, please give me the strength. We have all had our moments as parents, so where we wasn't that parent of the year. Ain't no perfect way to be a parent, but just try your best. Protection of your children is extremely important. Do you know how many children out here, adults, that wish that they had never went through what they went through? If they just would have had a normal childhood. It's beautiful today out here. So many children. On my way walking over here, I was just listening to the kids, like just laughing. It just sound like they was outside, which they should be. But you got some kids that they not even enjoying their childhood. They in the house being molested by this person that you let watch them. They not even outside enjoying their childhood with all the other kids. They are being tortured and tormented. Their childhood is being flushed away by these demons. They not even able to be out in this beautiful weather and enjoy the essence of life and be a kid. They're being molested. And I was just thinking back on my testimony when I came and talked to y'all about my molestation. Like, when I was being molested by this person, they knew so much about my grandmother's whereabouts. It was just like, anytime they seen me, they took the opportunity to molest me. Like, they knew my goings and my comings. Like, I remember it was a couple of times to where I would ask my grandmother if I could go outside, and play with my friends, and anytime this person would see me, like, they would just have me up under the porch with him. My grandmother didn't even know. The whole time I was supposed to be playing with my friends, I was up under the porch being molested by this person. I'm talking about not trying to be seen by this person. Y'all jumping over back porch banisters so I don't have to be seen by this person. That's how bad he got. I could not be seen by this person. Every time they seen me, they was always trying to get me alone with him. You would never know. You would never know. Back in the days when you have cell phones and stuff like that, I was a youngin' then. I wasn't even a teenager at this age. This person started molesting me when I was about 6 or 7 years old. And I remember everything so vividly, y'all. Like it was yesterday. I be asking the Lord to just give me strength. Sometimes I wish that I could just forget everything. Like I just erase this memory away from me. I wish I never went through nothing like this, but it was a nightmare for me, y'all. Like so a lot of people out walking their dogs. I was going through a lot, y'all. Like you got some girls out here, they getting their periods at 8 and 9 years old. Please understand, when your child being developed like that at that age, a lot of times it's just not going through their adolescence, their puberty. It's a lot more just going on with them to why they're developing so early like that. Your child getting their period at 8 and 9 years old, 10 years old. I mean, they can be seen as normal, but that's a red flag to let you know that your child is something going on with your child. So why they developing like that, you know? You got some girls out here, they develop, like they got bodies. You can't let your kids wear certain things. Like certain little girls' bodies, they developed way beyond their age. You know, they are filling out like grown women. You got some lustful perversion kind of spirits out here that they are attracted to that. You got to sit up and think about the psyche of a person. What would make you be attracted? You know that this is a child. Even though her body is developed the way it is, why would you be looking at her in that way? She's 10 years old. She's 8 years old. It's that spirit. I'm telling you, it's a perverse spirit. They be operating through people. Mainly men. Women got a perverse spirit too. They ain't off the hook. They be doing stuff too. But these men carry a perverse, lustful kind of spirit. And you would never expect some of these men to have this kind of spirit. It's their nature. It's in their nature to be sexual. Way more than a woman. You got some fathers out here that look at their daughters in another way. They don't look at them like they're a child. They don't look at them like they're their daughter. Some of y'all know that y'all got a perverse father. Even being a grown woman. You don't feel comfortable being around your father because you feel like he looking at you. He looking at you like your husband or your boyfriend will look at you. Your father not supposed to be looking at you like that. You're not supposed to feel uncomfortable around your father or whoever in your family. Male relatives, they carry perverse spirits too. They have a heavy spiritual, perversion spirit on them. I had a cousin on my father's side that was heavily attracted to me. I didn't know it. My sister pointed it out to me. I was a bit naive, but I kind of, you know, it rubbed me the wrong way for a little bit. But just because you're a relative, that don't excuse nobody from having no perverted kind of spirit. That type of stuff is disgusting. You got your cousin, your brother,
your father looking at you in a sexual way. Like, why are you looking at me like that? If they giving off this vibe to you as a grown woman, what make you think they will be safe with your child? That's why I don't understand. I don't be understanding people sometimes. Any man that carry a perverse kind of spirit is not safe with a child. And some of y'all women be looking at that type of stuff like, oh, you know, my man a freak and all this and that. And not even knowing that this man, he has a perverse spirit. That's why he carry on the way that he do with you. And you think he's safe with your children. You leave him to babysit your children. Don't leave nobody like that around your kids. Period. Lust is wicked. It's okay for your man to be attracted to you. That's human nature. But for a man to, I'm telling y'all, it's a difference. It's a difference between a physical attraction, human nature, and lust and perversion. It's completely different. A perversion, lustful spirit is at a heightened level. It's not normal. You got that freaky perverted uncle or cousin that's always looking at you lustfully whenever they see you. And this is another thing too I want to add in here. And I know a lot of y'all probably not gonna admit this publicly, but y'all know how y'all ever had that one particular family member that said to you, oh, if you weren't my cousin or my sister or whoever, what you mean if I wasn't your family? Basically insinuating that they would sleep with you if you wasn't related to them. Them type of comments right there is a key indicator to let you know that this person carries a perverse spirit. Because what in your man would make you say something like that? Like, why are you looking at me in that way? You shouldn't be saying that to me. Why are you comfortable to say that to me? Okay? That's not normal. That's not normal for no man to be looking at you. Even as a grown woman, it's offensive for them to be looking at a child like that. But it ain't even right for them to be looking at you in that way as a grown woman. Y'all know how y'all women ever felt when y'all came across a man and he just undressed you with his ass? The spirit of lust comes to corrupt. It comes to defile your spirit. They're defiling you with their eyes. They look at you in a way as if they are undressing you in they man. The type of stuff is sick, it's twisted. Y'all ladies know how y'all ever felt when y'all got around certain men. You didn't even know they have to know this man from a can of paint. But just by the way he looked at you, it just made you think like, ew, let me get away from you. You're not finna sit up here and undressing me in a spirit like that. In your man, you are a sick, perverted person. Get away from me. Y'all ladies know y'all have picked that up off of several men before. Several men. And some women be feeling flattered by that type of stuff because a man look at you in a lustful way. You like, oh, he attracted to me. No, it's that spirit. It's that spirit. Ain't nothing appealing about no lustful spirit. Nothing at all. I had to learn a lot being on this walk with the Lord and being on the celibacy journey a lot too. Like, the Lord has opened my eyes so much. I look at everything differently. The type of men that I date different. It's everything is different. When you go on a walk with Christ, for the ones that know, they know. It's certain men that if you can't trust yourself around this person, if you gotta hurry up and get out the room because of the way they looking at you, this demon sitting up here undressing you with their ass. You can be covered from head to toe. A spirit of perversion does not care. They will undress you in any way that they can. They will come in and try to corrupt and defile you with a nasty, filthy, perverse kind of spirit. If you can't even trust yourself around this person for a few seconds of them even looking at you, what make you think they'll be safe with your child? And some of y'all have caught these men looking at y'all children in a lustful way. Some of y'all have had to tell this, but don't look at my child like that. That's a child. Get your perverted, lustful demons on somewhere. Don't even come over here with that. That is a child you looking at. Some of y'all have had to check some people about the way they look at a child. It'd be even more disturbing because these men be knowing that these be children. It be that perverse demon that be operating through them. Full-fledged, a lustful demon. They perversion is at a heightened level. I'm telling you, I have seen perversions at so many different levels. These lust demons operate at different levels. So that's another thing you will notice about them. You can tell that this spirit has took root through this person for a long period of time. That freaky older man that just always looking at you lustfully every time they see you. You can tell they been this way their entire life. That's the type of man that touch on children. Okay? I'm telling you. That's the type of man that touch on children. That's the type of man that be always trying to invite the kids to come over to his house to watch a movie or some money for the candy store. Always trying to be extra overly friendly with children. Them the ones that you gotta watch the most. Oh, Mr. Tom, he's cool, he's fine. Oh, he's done so much for the community. He's helped the homeless. He's helped out at the church with a few of the church retreats. My son's going on a camping trip next week with him. Stuff like that. I'm sitting up here watching people play a soccer game. And something just came to my spirit there. These coaches, these teachers. You know how many children have been tormented? They have went through a lot from their coach. I ain't saying this to everybody. You know, we out here enjoying the scenery. I'm just letting the message come from me from what I see. But that type of stuff happens. You can't trust the coach. I told y'all when I was in high school in Chicago, it was this one particular coach that, first of all, he had a drunken spirit. He used to come to school drunk every day out, but he used to always be looking at me and my friends inappropriately. Every time we'd be going to go get dressed for gym, he'd be looking at us lustfully. Like, me and my friends had got to a certain point to where we wouldn't even change into our gym clothes because he made us feel that uncomfortable. They don't even care about who they hire to work in the school. That's why I say it's your job as a parent to stay 10 steps ahead. You got to stay 10 steps ahead of these demons, especially if you are a parent. When you are a parent, you got to ask the Lord for spiritual discernment through and through. It's a certain kind of discernment you need as a parent. I'm telling you, you need that. Especially when it comes to these perversion kind of spirits. They come in so many different shapes and forms. They come from different social backgrounds. Ain't no certain look to a perversion spirit. Ain't no certain look. They can be anywhere. They can be out here walking right now. I'm sitting out here recording with y'all. They can be walking. They can be over there playing soccer with your son or your daughter. They can be walking a dog. They can be riding a bike, jogging, just living a regular kind of life. But behind closed doors, them demons gonna come out full-fledged. They're gonna come up out of this person. And see, the one thing about these perversion spirits, how you can spot them hiding behind people, this person will try to do everything they can to try to cover this spirit up. Some of these people are ashamed and embarrassed of carrying this kind of spirit. They will try to hide. This spirit will come out like a roaring lion from behind this person. You ain't gonna see the person. You gonna see that spirit. You gonna see that demon. That's how you will know what it is that you're dealing with. I needed to come talk about this today. I need to be face to face with y'all because I know I haven't seen y'all in a nice little minute. Yeah, I just living life. My life ain't perfect. I go through things. But I just want to come and use my channel. It's a way to just advocate for the right things. I want to bring awareness to child molestation. It's out here. You don't even notice your child is going through a lot. You start noticing changes in your child behavior. That's a red flag. Your child become extremely secretive. They don't want to talk to you. If you had a child that was open and bubbly and just out there, and then all of a sudden you start noticing changes in his or her behavior, that's a red flag. Have you took notice of that? Living a busy life, working, doing whatever it is that you do. Sometimes it may slip your mind. Nobody is saying that you're a bad parent, but I'm just saying, pay attention to your child. These children are going through a lot. There's a child somewhere right now being touched by somebody that their parents thought they could trust. Every time the weekend come around, your child is dreading the weekend. The weekend is supposed to be a getaway from the stresses of the week. Children go through stress as well. Being in school, dealing with teachers and work, and that stress on its own. Just to imagine your child is not even looking forward to the weekend because they already know what's about to happen. They know you about to call up Uncle Fred. You about to call up Cousin Tony to come get them. And they already know what's about to take place. They can't even enjoy their weekend because they being tormented by these perversion demons, these lustful demons that are taking control of your children while you are not there. You think you getting a break from your child. Your child ain't getting no break. Your child ain't getting no break. There's certain parents out here, and I'm sorry to say this, there's certain parents out here that they are just lousy. They do not care who they have their children around. They be getting all type of red flags about their child, and they don't be paying no attention. All they be caring about is they self. Your child is not in safe hands. It does not matter. You don't get a break when you become a parent. You don't get no breaks. That child ain't getting no break when they being molested every weekend by Uncle Fred or Cousin Tony, Cousin Rob. They not catching no break. You feel like you getting away from your children. You getting a break the whole time. They suffering. They suffering. You feel like they're in good hands. And some of these parents, they know their children ain't in good hands. And they still choose to send these children around these demons. I'm gonna have to answer for that. You'll have to answer for that. So many children out here suffering. Life is beautiful. We're supposed to enjoy it to its fullest, but it's something about a child suffering, a child not being protected. It just make you feel like this world ain't all that it's cracked up to be. There's so much going on behind the scenes. The Lord gave you an assignment. He gave you the gift of parenthood. Not everybody can be a parent. He gave you something that's special. Are you doing what the Lord assigned you to do, is being a parent? And like I said in the beginning of the video, we are not perfect. It's moments of where we was not parent of the year, okay? There's certain things that we've had to pray to the Lord and ask for his forgiveness about when it comes to our parenting skills. I ain't finna come on here and act like I'm no perfect parent. I'm still trying to figure it out. You know, we still trying to figure it out, being a parent. Even when your child get old and become adult, you are still a parent. So your child goes 6 feet under, you are their parent. The Lord chose you to do an assignment. He chose you to nurture and protect your child. Do not fail your child. The sort of guilt that parents carry behind being careless, that's a guilt out of this world. We got children out here that don't want to have nothing to do with their parents because of what they had to endure during their childhood. And then you got parents out here, just family in general, they sweep this type of stuff up under the rug. People treat child molestation as if it's not nothing serious, it's nothing major. It's normal to touch on the child. It's normal. That's how you know what type of world we living in. This is a fallen world. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful world around us, but this is the type of things that are going on in this world. Our children. Everything starts from when you were a child. Your childhood is your starting point in your direction throughout life. Going through certain things is going to affect you as an adult. You don't want your child to have to go through that. You don't want your child to resent you when they get old and not want to have nothing to do with you. You birthed this child. You brought this child into this world. You don't want them to have them kind of feelings about you. It's painful. You got some parents out here that they don't care. All they care about is themselves. They don't care about the well-being and safety of their children. You got parents out here that are inflicting harm on these children. You got children out here that are suffering behind the trauma that their parents have dealt them. If it wasn't another person that was inflicting this trauma and this pain, it was them. They was the ones that were touching on these kids. You got some children out here that are not safe at home. No child want to be touched in that way. Child shouldn't be experiencing nothing like that. Once your child innocence is gone, it can't be replaced. When I was molested, I feel like a huge chunk of my childhood was just erased. It was a part of me that just didn't feel like a little girl no more. I just felt like I grew up too fast because of what I experienced. Certain feelings, I was too young to even know what was going on with my body, what was happening. I just knew that I didn't like it. I didn't like what was happening to me. I'm just thinking about the children right now that are just suffering. I always pray for the children. Whenever I feel like a child is being harmed in some way, I immediately start to pray. I start to pray. You ever looked at a child and just knew that they was being touched? You just felt it in your spirit that someone right. It's something that you pick up in the spirit about for certain people just ain't right. It rub you the wrong way. You like, it's something about this person. And it ain't you being judgmental. It be your discernment. It be your intuition to be warning you that something is not right with this person, this child, this situation. It don't sound right. It don't feel right. It don't look right. And when situations like this happen, it's a lot of things that are being said through silence. The untold truth. Body language, facial expressions, energy can tell you a lot about what's not being said. Even when it comes to your children, you know something ain't right. Man, when I'm telling y'all, I told y'all when I was being molested, I was going through so much mental torment. Like, I was going through a lot. I stopped eating. I wasn't focused on school. Like, everybody used to pick on me because I was just so quiet. I didn't want to say nothing. This person had their shackles of silence on me. I was so traumatized to the point where I just didn't even want to speak no more. It pained me to open my mouth and speak. This person put that much fear in me. I was going through a lot, yeah. It's a child out here right now that I just pray for the protection of our children, Lord. They need prayer. They need protection. They don't have the mental wherewithal or the strength to even grasp or even get the understanding of what's happening. They just know that it's wrong and that they are in pain. They don't feel safe. They don't want to be around this person. They don't want to go to their house for the weekend. They don't want to go to their church retreat. These pulpit demons, believe it or not, they are the main ones that carry a perverse, lustful spirit. These pastors, these deacons, these ministers, they try to hide behind a pulpit, the man of the cloth. You would never think that he was touching on your son or your daughter in that way. Just think, you come listen to his sermons every Sunday. You drop your child off a choir rehearsal on Saturday and Wednesday. You got your child in every church activity in the church. You don't know that you have placed your child in the hand of demons. I grew up in the church. I already know how this stuff go. I grew up in the church. How many of y'all grew up in the church? You spend almost every day of the week in church. And you never know what your child is going through. Never know. This one particular pastor will make you feel uncomfortable. You know, I'm taking y'all back to childhood. This one particular pastor make you feel uncomfortable every time he see you. He say, "Hey, pretty girl." It's just the way that he say it. It make you feel squirmy. You don't feel right the way he said it. As a child, you knew the way he said it wasn't right. It rubbed you the wrong way. We be thinking children don't know nothing. You got some children out here that got way better spiritual discernment than an adult. And that's the real tea and truth right there. You got some kids out here that know how to read people up and down. Your child don't want to go to this person's house. They don't feel comfortable around him. They don't want to go to school. They don't want to go to soccer practice. They don't want to go to football practice. They don't want to go to this outing with this person. Because a lot of times when people do things like this, they either try to do it with a group of children or just them. It's a red flag. This supposed to be a youth leader, a leader within the church. You feel like you can trust this person with your child. You got this person mentoring your child, and they're molesting your child. And your child don't feel comfortable to come tell you this because they feel like you're not going to believe them. Do you know how many, so heartbreaking, how so many parents will choose a predator over their child. They will believe a church leader over their own child. These demons come to corrupt your man and your spirit. They know how to manipulate. They know how to deceive. They scouted you out before they came in and attacked your child. You don't feel like these demons watch you before they sneak in and try to attack? They're like a snake. You don't see a snake right there. Do you think a snake is going to give you a warning before they sneak up to bite you? They're going to slither. They're going to be as quiet as possible. They're going to be so sneaky. They're going to sit back and watch you. These children are not only the prey, the parents are a prey as well. They're naive, they're gullible. Sitting up thinking that just because a man walk around toting the Bible and quoting scriptures and standing up on a pulpit every Sunday, that they couldn't do this. They are the main ones that's doing this. If we want to come be real, they're the main ones that are hurting these children and traumatizing these children. That's why you got so many people out here that are walking away from their relationship with Christ because of what happened to them. Do you know how many people have went over to the dark side because they have been molested by a pastor, a priest, a deacon, a minister, a church leader, a youth leader, whatever you want to call it? These people ain't turned over to the dark side just because. It's something that took place with them. A lot of it was rooted from their childhood. That's why I don't come judge nobody. When I come on my channel and I talk to y'all, I don't judge nobody. I tell y'all that everyone is welcome on my channel. The ones that's coming with the right intentions, demons are not welcomed on my channel. And I'm going to keep consistently saying it. Demons are not welcomed on my channel. The ones that's looking for healing in a strong relationship with the Lord, those are the ones that belong on my channel. Those are the ones that are welcomed here. These pulpit demons, they ain't just in the churches and the schools either. They everywhere. Any authoritative position, they're there. They had behind their authoritative figure. That's how they were able to get away with things for so long. That news story of that woman said she was 43 years old. She been carrying this secret for how long? Since she was a teenager? I can just about bet that she not the only person he did that to. He probably was still molesting children in the church. She just had the courage enough to come and speak up about it. Molestation, it takes a lot of strength and courage to come out with something like that, because a lot of people, sadly to say, they're not going to believe the victim. It's always a situation to where the victim is never believed. I was looking at the body language of some of the people in the video. They were just standing there. It was like no reaction. Ain't no, I heard none of that. None of it. No sort of reaction. I can bet you all the money in the world. There's probably some people in that church that didn't even believe that woman. She 43 years old. She just now coming out with it. Just imagine the fear that she was going through all that time. Like, when I was looking at her, I could tell she was really hurt. She looked like that little girl. Like, she said her age, she looked like that little girl all over again. Like, she said her husband had to encourage her to come forth with her truth. Who knows? She probably would have continued to carry this secret if it weren't for her husband. It's just sad, y'all. It's a sad world we living in. Sad world. But you want to protect your children. I wanted to come out here and talk to y'all because it was just, this really has been heavy on my spirit for the past couple of weeks. When I told my testimony, I kind of wanted it to be over with. Like, I just wanted to get it out and kind of move on with my life. But something's just telling me, like, I need to just keep consistently speaking about child molestation. This is something that needs to be brought to the forefront. This is not a topic that should be constantly being swept up under the rug. We're going to consistently talk about this. I may come back with a part 2. I don't want to keep y'all for too much longer, but we're going to talk about child molestation. It's time to talk about it. It's time for you to come forth with your truth. It's time for you to gain your strength and your courage. It's time for you to take back the power and control of your life and let these demons know they have no authority over you. They have no access to you. They don't have the power and the control. The Lord does. Expose these demons. They need to be exposed. And that's just how I'm going to end the video. So hopefully I got something from this video. Hopefully it helped you in some way. Continue to protect your soul and spirit. And I'll talk to y'all in the next video.